Welcome to another episode of Handy and Capable. Today, I want to dive into a topic that affects not just me, but so many others in the disabled community: diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI. More specifically, what happens when DEI is taken away and how that impacts people like me. DEI isn't just a buzzword, it's about making sure everyone, regardless of their background, abilities, or circumstances, has an equal chance to succeed. It's about breaking down barriers so that disabled individuals can access education, employment, and community spaces just like everyone else. But when DEI policies and initiatives are stripped away, people with disabilities face even greater challenges. So today, we're going to talk about what losing DEI looks like in real life, how it personally affects me, and what we can do to advocate for a more inclusive world. What happens when DEI is removed? Let's start with the workplace. Without DEI, getting and keeping a job as a disabled person becomes much harder. Let me explain. First, there's a lack of accommodations. Employers may not consider things like flexible schedules, adaptive technology, or accessible workspaces. These aren't luxuries for people like us. They are basic needs that allow disabled employees to work efficiently and successfully. Then, there's hiring bias. Without DEI training and policies in place, there's a higher risk of unconscious bias in the hiring process. That means fewer opportunities for disabled job seekers. Let's talk about the equity versus equality problem. A lot of people confuse the two. Equality means treating everyone the same, but equity means giving people the tools and accommodations and support that they need to be successful. Let me give you an example. If I can't access a building because it's not wheelchair friendly, equality doesn't help me. Equity means making sure that building is accessible so I have the same chance as everyone else to succeed. And it's not just about jobs. DEI impacts so many other areas of life, including education. Without inclusive learning spaces, students with disabilities may struggle to get the support they need to earn their degrees and compete in the job market. I had electronic note taking that I was able to do myself when I was in school that I just finished. And with these policies being taken away, things like that could be taken away. And then I wouldn't be able to take my notes to comprehend my classes. Let's talk about representation. DEI ensures that people with disabilities are seen, heard, and valued in workplaces, leadership roles, and the media. Without it, stereotypes and misconceptions about disability can continue to spread. Last but not least, and most importantly to me, community inclusion. When DEI policies disappear, disabled individuals risk being left out of social spaces, leadership opportunities, and public services. This will further isolate them from society. How this affects me personally. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about how losing DEI affects me personally. One of my biggest fears, which we've already mentioned, is to find and keep a job. Also, being able to succeed in school. I have worked incredibly hard to get where I am, but without DEI, I worry that my disability will become a barrier more than it already is. Will employers overlook my qualifications? Will companies be less willing to create accessible spaces and environments for work and school? These are real concerns, not just for me, but so many other disabled people trying to enter or stay in the workforce. Another way this affects me is my education. I've already mentioned a little bit of it to you. I want to go back to school and earn my master's degree, but I am afraid. Will my university provide the accommodations that I need? Will I be able to access my classes, materials, and campus spaces? Without strong DEI policies, getting my master's degree could become an even bigger challenge, limiting my opportunities for career growth. And finally, inclusion in everyday life. I already face barriers as a disabled Black woman, but without DEI, these barriers could become even harder to overcome. Without policies promoting accessibility, I worry about being left out in the spaces and opportunities that everyone else has access to. I recently came across a Facebook post from a friend. AJ, if you're listening, this is for you. This sums up DEI perfectly. DEI is the pregnant woman interviewing for a role and is 4 months away from giving birth. It also includes ensuring that she has a private space to pump when she returns to work. DEI is for those who practice a religion that requires certain types of clothing and having the rights to wear that clothing at work. DEI is for the disabled veteran who doesn't have his right arm because it's been blown off in combat, and now he's having trouble finding a job because he doesn't have the right tools and accommodations to succeed. DEI is the man or woman in a wheelchair who needs an ADA accommodation to work remotely in order to keep their job because of the severity of their disability. DEI is the man with vitiligo seeking a customer-facing role who is discriminated against because of the changes in the pigmentation in his skin. DEI is the 21-year-old fresh out of college trying to obtain a job in their field of study. A lot of people benefit from DEI and don't even realize it. This isn't just about people with disabilities. DEI protects so many different communities: veterans, religious minorities, parents, young professionals, and more. When we lose DEI, we all lose. What can we do? Let me give you some advice. Raise awareness. Share information about DEI and why it matters. Use your voice on social media and in conversations with friends and in your communities. Advocate for stronger DEI policies. Contact your local representatives and demand that they support policies that promote accessibility and inclusion. Support organizations fighting for disability rights. There are so many incredible organizations advocating for disabled individuals. Get involved, donate, or volunteer. Listen to the voices of the marginalized communities. The best way to understand the impact of DEI is to listen to those who are affected by it. Support disabled voices, Black voices, the LGBTQ plus community, and others who rely on these policies for fair treatment. Together, we can create a world where everyone, regardless of their ability, race, gender, or background, has a fair chance to thrive. Losing DEI isn't just a policy shift, it's a direct attack on the accessibility and inclusion of so many communities, including people with disabilities. We need to speak up, take action, and fight for a world that values equity over exclusion. If this episode spoke to you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments and on social media. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. As my friend Jamie used to say, dreams and dedication are a powerful combination. Remember to stay strong and informed. Until next time.